Welcome to Pixel Village, and I'm Radhakrishanan. In the photography world, there is this saying that digital photography actually democratized photography. If you come to really think about it, something else has actually really contributed to democratizing photography. A mobile phone. So in this video, we're going to give you a few tips on how to improve your mobile phone photography. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to use a 2.5-year-old phone, just only to show you that it's not exactly the phone or quality or resolution that really matters. What matters is how you use those equipments. So, on to the shoot. So first thing first, it's mobile phone photography, all right, but it's photography. Which means a mobile phone should be given the same respect which you would give a conventional photography camera. I have few tips for you. First, let's start with the lens itself. Because it's a mobile phone and you usually carry it around on your body, it's highly likely that the glass in front of the lens could be smeared with oil, body lotion, dust, etc., which will affect the quality of the image. Carry a small lens cleaning cloth, something that you would use to clean your specs, for example. Make sure that the glass is cleaned properly. The next one is go into the camera app and activate a 3x3 grid. And as we go along, I will explain to you how to use those grids effectively and compose your image. Last but not the least is holding the phone itself. I've seen lots of people holding the phone like this with one hand and trying to take a picture with the other. Obviously, you're going to end up with a shaken image. I recommend that you hold the phone with both hands exactly how you would hold a camera. Hold the hands and use either your thumb or your index finger to take the picture. And that will help you shoot a sharp image. Now let's move around and see if we can get good subjects to shoot. I just located two gentlemen sitting there, having their conversation after their morning walk. Let me walk towards them, take their permission, and see if I can get some interesting shots there with them. Okay, so I've asked for the permission, they've granted me the permission to shoot. So next thing is, when I look at them, very interesting faces. Looking at the place where they are sitting in, there's a lot of distraction in the background, but they have very interesting faces. If you can just walk till that wall there. Yeah, please. Thank you, please. So typically, when you pull out the camera, what will you do? You take out, okay, he will pose for you and you take a picture, correct? But of course, you got the person. Now, since you got an interesting face, the best way is to go close, fill the frame and shoot. Now, I'm going to go close. Nice. Now, the background is bright. I think if I make the background a little dark, this picture will improve. So I'm going to move them in front of this black. See, now look at the light and see the difference. Wonderful. To me, it is very nice. The next one is use a frame within the frame. So when I looked at it, I saw this interesting black door frame and I thought I will frame him inside that. Okay, can you come here please? In a situation like this, you will pick up your frame and pick up the camera and take a picture. But if you want to really make the picture look interesting, you can use the next direction, which is include this frame in our frame. So, sir, can you come inside, stand inside, come forward slightly, yes, and face that way. So because he is framed, that picture suddenly got a different dimension. Very nice. So this is another way of capturing the image. Varun, is my friend's son and he's a young YouTuber. Varun, would you like to give your details to our viewers?
My channel's name is Lab Science 1. It deals with all your questions about science, so please watch it.
Okay, wonderful. So he's going to be a hit in YouTube soon. So they were playing basketball, so I thought I can demonstrate the rule of third. So let me arrange. Okay, Varun, can you stand there? All right, you come and squat in front. Right. There are many ways I can take this shot. I can do a shot like this. I can shoot like this. But the best way would be to keep them at that golden point of the frame. So you got a nice ambience. Wow, fantastic. See that picture?
Yeah.
The next one is using the leading lines in your frame. And what we do is we shoot in this step here. Nice, great attitude, okay? The trick is to find lines in your frame, architectural or otherwise, which will lead your eye to your subject. And use those lines to point towards your subject and take a shot. So, another one we're going to see is the rule of odds. The rule says that if you're shooting some object, try and get them in odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, etc. Let's take a look at it. So I'm going to shoot a flower. Very nice. Now, let me add one more here. Now, you saw 1 and 2, and the rule of odd says the third one will make it very interesting. So the odd numbers will make a better picture than the even numbers. Yeah, and I agree. Great. We will see one more before we wind up. It's about symmetry. We as human beings love symmetry. We knowingly or unknowingly enjoy and appreciate symmetry. There is something happens, I think it's culturally ingrained into your head to appreciate symmetry. Now, if you consciously bring in symmetry in your shot, that shot is likely to look better. Let's see how. Now this area, nice greenery, but I can also see nice symmetry, road, the line of the manicured garden and the trees and those lines in the backdrop. So, well, if I can just take a picture like this, and of course, I got a picture, but if I slightly fine-tune and use the grid lines in the camera viewfinder and align the lines perfectly, you get a nice symmetry. I can also take in the lines in the building and frame it again. So I'm using multiple rules here now. I have aligned all lines, everything, and so wasn't that simple? Use these simple guidelines and follow it, and you will be able to generate, or you will be able to take very interesting images. Let's recap. If you see an object which is interesting, an object or a person or a face which is interesting, and the backgrounds, the surroundings are distracting, go close, fill the frame and take that shot. Look for frames or within your frame, compose your subject in front of that frame and make another interesting frame. Make use of the grid lines in your camera and position your subjects in that golden points and make an interesting image. Keep looking for interesting lines in your frame which will guide your eye onto your subject. That'll create another interesting frame. Rule of odds is another interesting guideline which you can put into practice to create interesting images. Symmetry is another one. Once you train your eye to start looking for this, it will become your second nature. If you follow these guidelines while taking pictures from now on, soon you will become an expert and photography will become your second nature. We would like to know if this has been useful. If yes, give us a thumbs up and subscribe our channel, and also do let us know in our comments column. Well, we'll be back with you with another video on photography very soon. Bye for now.